And we are live once again. This is Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey, VA3IMW. That's my call sign. My name is Mac, Mike Alpha Charlie, and we're situated here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. We're quickly creeping up on the 7 o'clock hour, which is where we will be live streaming our Lake Ontario Radio Club net, monitoring the VE3 ZOE repeater on a frequency of 443.075. Our net controller tonight, none other than VE3IUK. That's Bill, our friend out of Dundas. So let's stand by for the big clock on the wall to swing over to 7 p.m.
Good evening, all adventurers. This is Victor Echo 3, India Uniform Kilowatt, Bill and Dundas, and I'm your host this evening for the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. This net meets 5 times a week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, on this repeater at 7 p.m., and at Thursdays, 7 p.m. on a simplex frequency of 446.125. Thanks to Mac, VA3IMW, for streaming this net on YouTube, and when checking into YouTube, don't forget to smash that like button. I would appreciate it, and it doesn't take that much effort. And also subscribe if you're not subscribed. So there you go. And when checking in, mobile stations do get priority. So with that, let's stand by for any quick one and done or priority traffic. Come now. Okay, nothing heard. We'll stand by for anyone who would like to check into the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. Come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu.
We got Chuck breaking the ice tonight. Good evening, Chuck. How you doing?
Hey, good evening, Bill, and all on net and on the YouTube stream. Geez, the repeater is coming in quite nicely tonight. I'm very impressed by that, so that's good. Managed to actually find some contacts today, but it was a little bit tough going earlier on. I had my success maybe starting around 4 o'clock. But before that, she was a little bit rough. So, managed to make a few part contacts there, and I even got Bermuda in there.
Good, Chuck. I haven't made any contacts in at least a week. I'm not sure. I don't have some antenna issues here. I've got Chris coming over on Saturday to have a look, and we got to get the screen back in the second story window. So I just tunes up on 40, but all the other bands seem fussy right now, so something's happened with the antenna.
Oh, yeah, you think? I know it was blowing pretty good there. The wind off and on earlier today, bringing that rain in and whatnot. I kind of wanted to go out to the store, but I don't know if I'm gonna. But I also found out that I'm getting RF back into my rig through the power supply. So it's not the antenna that's giving me RF, it's the power supply. So I grabbed a bunch of ferrite core rings there and I clipped them on, but I have yet to have tested them and see if it does anything. But right now I'm on battery. I plan on pretty much being on battery all the time now, but I'm still experimenting there. Bill, back to you.
Yeah, okay, Chuck. I I guess my radio was on upstairs, my handy talkie. So it was broadcasting in the house. So, oh, that's interesting. So where did you place the toroids?
I put them right at the where the power cord plugs right into the unit.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I'm still having a problem with RF2 in the shack as well. I've got a balun in line, but it still causes problems with some of the USB ports on my computer. So I'm gonna have to see some toroids won't help to fix that. So definitely even with the dirty balun, they're still getting some RF coming back into the shack.
Yeah. Sometimes we run into those issues, but eventually we figure it out, or we hope that it fixes itself. Anyhow, Bill, I won't hold it up. Thanks for doing this, and I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good, Chuck. And I hope you get that problem resolved. And well, I've got you here. You might as well do a plug before for tomorrow night before we move on. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tomorrow night is A-Reg night, the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. I'll be your net controller tomorrow at 8 p.m. on 2 meter simplex 146.430, 146.430. And I'll be streaming that under my YouTube channel, which is my call sign, VA3CJZ. And so I hope to catch you all then. Back to you, Bill.
Yeah, very good, Chuck. Yeah, I know I've missed the last couple of weeks. Hopefully tomorrow night we'll be checking in. And I know that folks look forward to it. I guess this is a short week, so I don't know which day you want to have as hump day since we've got a short work week, but there you go. Anything else before I move on, Chuck?
Oh, why is it, is it this Good Friday?
Yeah, Roger.
Oh, I completely forgot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, hump day for A-Reg is always on Wednesday. Take it away, Bill.
Okay, Chuck, thanks so much for checking in. I see Larry has checked in on YouTube. I'm sure we'll get an auto check-in from him later. So let's stand by and see if there are any other check-ins from Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Come now.
VA3LBI.
VA3LBI, VA3IUK. Good evening, Larry.
Good evening, Bill. Everybody on the net tonight and YouTube. I guess there's only a couple, but so far. Anyways, we were out this morning doing a little run around. Come back, played a little radio or tried. Boy, the static crashes were unreal.
Yeah, as I say, I haven't had my rig on today. So I'm just the only band I see to be able to tune up on with is 40 right now, everything else being fussy. I think something's happened with the antenna, but yeah, I can imagine the static crashes were bad. I know that both the dogs were hiding off and on during the day.
Yeah, I never had too much. Last night we had quite a bit of a storm come through, but nothing. It was today. There was no thunder, no lightning or anything today. So supposed to get a little bit more rain, I think, this evening. So I gotta take it. Chris did get over today to look at the antenna.
Well, I was going to have him come on Monday, but then I had some other stuff I had to do and waiting for a day when we're not going to rain, so we're going to have him try to come over on Saturday.
Gotcha. Sounds like a good plan, Bill. Okay, back to you. Thanks for doing it. VE3LBI.
Yeah, take care, Larry, and thanks so much for checking in. And with that, let's see if there anyone else that would like to check in Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Oh, I see that VA3NHV is checked in via YouTube, so maybe there'll be an audio check-in as well. So standing by for further check-ins. Come now. VA3MHV. I have VA3MHV in there, and I think someone doubled with you, Mark. Just stand by. Was there another station in there?
NFG, we'll take a ticket and wait, Bill.
Okay, are you mobile, Steve?
No, sir.
All right, stand by. We'll take Mark first, and then we'll pick you up. Good evening, Mark. How you doing?
Good evening, Bill, and all on that. Doing pretty good, Bill. Not much going on here, my friend. Just to check in, I'm just about to ring the dinner bell, and I'll be listening along. Thank you for doing it. And yeah, you gotta love these temperatures, don't you? Back to you, Bill.
Yeah, walking the dog today with just a t-shirt and a light hoodie on sure makes it nice, that's for sure. Well, enjoy your dinner, Mark, and thanks so much for checking in. And with that, let's pick up Steve and see how he's doing and how family members are doing. Good evening, Steve. How you doing?
Good evening, Bill, and to all on net. Yeah, a little bit of rain last night, eh? I probably slept through half of it, let's say. I heard it. It was booming pretty good, and the lightning was cracking pretty good. I unplugged both radios before I went to bed last night, just to be sure that if my antenna gets hit, that hopefully my radios will dodge out of the way. Anyway, I don't have much more to add for that, Bill. Just no update as of yet on my mom's situation there. And kicked back today and did a bunch of FT8.
Yeah, Roger, good for you. She's in long-term care right now, is that correct?
She's been accepted into a program over there that runs for a maximum of 60 days. So we'll see how she's doing. According to her, they're working her pretty hard, harder than they were at Juravinsky, that's for sure. But that's what we want, right? The reason why we're there, it's all part of recovery. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens after 30 days and go from there.
Yeah, well, as long as she can tolerate it, that's a good thing. Because there's a lot of therapy involved, and as long as she's able to handle it, then good. That's the way to do it. But give her our regards next time you see her, and I'm sure you'll be taking her goodies over. I'm not sure how the food is there, but I'm sure that you'll take care of her anyway.
Yeah, roger that. Thanks, Bill. And she did say that the food is better there than it was at Juravinsky. You know, just not in a small difference. There's a big difference in the quality of food there where she's at. So that's a positive thing. But you know, it won't stop me from bringing her stuff. That we're cooking and eating ourselves. So that'll be a bonus for her, I suppose. Maybe some dessert. We'll have to bring her her some cheesecake. Anyway, Bill, thanks for doing that there, buddy, and see who else you can pick up. VA3IMW, VA3NFG.
Yeah, very good, Steve. Yeah, and diet's important for trying to recover. So she needs a good balanced diet, and I'm sure she's going to get that. So I'm glad that she got accepted into the program and that she's being taken care of. So that's good, Steve. Thanks so much for checking in. And I see Mac has checked in via YouTube, and so has Solar Newbie. So let's see who else would like to give me an audio check-in. V3IUK standing by.
VA3NFL, Bill.
VA3NFL, V3IUK. Good evening, Al. How you doing?
Doing good. The thunder's been going on all freaking day out here, and I saw a flash of light there 5 minutes ago, and yeah, this just sounds like stuff.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, and boy, I'll tell you, it rained really heavy here last night. I mean, heavy. I woke up and I wondered what I was hearing. because it wasn't thunder. It was just heavy, heavy rain.
I had the same thing. The thunder was going. I'm looking out the curtain. The light's going. I'm hearing I think we had hail last night. I could hear it hitting those damn windows. So, other than that, not a good thing. Hey, Steve, take care of your mother. You only got one. You're doing a good job.
Well, maybe it was hail, Al. I was just, there was no way I was getting out of bed. I was nice and comfy under the covers, and, but we very well may have got hail out this way as well.
My idea cut you off there. Bill, try that again.
Oh, I just said we may have got hail here last night as well, but I was comfortable in bed, so I didn't get up and check, but all I know is that was a lot of moisture last night. Anyway, Al, I guess you're waiting for the dinner bell, and enjoy, and thanks a lot for checking in.
All right, 7:30, everybody on that. Have a great evening. Au revoir, Mr. Chuck. Keeping me fresh. Hey, 7:30. VA3IMW.
Yeah, take care, Al. Thanks a lot for checking in. Anyone else for Lake Ontario Radio Club? Dan, come now.
VA3IMW.
VA3IMW, V3IUK. Good evening, Mac.
Good evening, Bill, and all on net. Also welcoming everybody who's checked in on YouTube. Certainly appreciate the activity on the chat. And like you said before, don't forget to like and subscribe. It doesn't cost a penny and it helps us all. Anyways, I'm still awestruck at the limited amount of traffic this week. It's like a follow-up week to the spring break. And I kind of like it this way, but as soon as you get used to something, things change. So I'm not holding my breath. Anyways, up and down the road all week long. Short week, that's a bonus, but nice to see that the traffic is somewhat abated. And with that, I have additionally shared with some other folks our plans for the Support Your Parks weekend group activation of the Hamilton POTA operators. So I had a chat with a gentleman from the Hamilton Club last night, sent him a follow-up email and invited him to join our Discord, and just finished a somewhat lengthy chat with a gentleman in St. Lucia on 17 meters. He just wouldn't let me go. He just wanted to talk and talk and talk. So I've pulled up his QRZ page, and it looks like he's quite an industrious young man. He's got his own line of deployable antennas. So if you get a chance, you might want to look up, what is it now? Juliet 69 Zulu. And you'll see all kinds of fun and funky antenna systems that obviously he's marketing. And I'm also going to give him some information on what we do here in Hamilton. And potentially, I'm thinking about sending him an invite to our Discord as well. Just, kind of hands across the waters, and maybe he can get some ideas from us and vice versa. Other than that, that's about it for me now, Bill. What else is going on with you? I know you said you had experienced some trouble with your NFED, but how's the rest of the radio equipment doing?
Oh, the rest of the radio equipment is fine. I had a little issue with the VHF UHF rig. I had to reprogram the channels in it. I don't know if that was something I did, but it was the weirdest thing. I think I was mentioning that Friday night. I went to use the radio, and the offset for every channel was the same. So I'm not sure how that happened. So I just erased everything and reprogrammed everything back in. So it's good. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what's going on. It's hard. I went outside to have a look at the antenna. I can't see anything physically wrong, but of course I don't see that well. So, but it's tuning up on 40, but the settings are a lot different than they usually are, and it's being kind of finicky on some of the other bands. So something has gone wrong. I was going to have Chris come over Monday, but then I had other stuff I had to get done, and of course it's been a wet week, so I said just wait till the weekend and we'll see how it is on Saturday, and maybe we'll try and have a look at it then.
Yep, absolutely. I'm just thinking that it's a good thing you don't have the launch codes. We'd all be in a heap of trouble. Chris just loves to tinker with antennas. That's what he loves to do. So um, I'm sure he'd be a great resource to have over and troubleshoot that. Anyways, we're coming up against the 1st and 2nd of April, and it looks like NASA is sending a crew back to the moon. So that'll be interesting to see Artemis leaving the bounds of gravity. And I'm sure lots of folks will have their ears to their radios to scan the UHF and VHF bands for potential transmissions to and from mission control and the skies above. So that'll be fun as well. So I got to do some further research into what portion of the bands to keep my ear to. I've just done some initial searches and haven't really narrowed things down. But I do know that telemetry and other stuff like that is way above the radio ranges that I've got. It's like around, I'm thinking 2 gigahertz, somewhere in that region where their data is being transmitted. But I'm sure they're using some digital opportunities for normal communications, but they did say that as a backup, standard analog transmission would be used. If one system is not performing as expected, then they'd switch down to anywhere between the VHF and UHF bands. Could be the lower portion of like the 144 region. They did mention also that possibly 220 and 440, but we'll give it a listen.
Yeah, well, you're correct on the frequencies they use for telemetry. That hasn't changed since the Apollo program. That's what they were using back then as well. They were using the 2 gigahertz range. Now, I did read an article the other day about what the Apollo program was using, and all the bands you mentioned were also mentioned in that article, those frequency ranges. So I haven't tracked down what exact frequencies they're using. I don't know if we'll be able to, but certainly worth a shot. And I'm not sure do you know what the latest launch window is for them?
Have to look it up again. They do have 2 options, and it's either a launch on the 1st or the 2nd of April, depending on weather. So I'll have to do some further searches and see what the NASA website has to offer.
Yeah, well, I know that you can go on YouTube, and I forget the name of the channel now, whether it's a national channel or something alternate, but they have a camera on the rocket on the launch pad. So, and you're correct, I do remember that date now. So it'll be quite interesting. And just before I let you go, the other thing I find very interesting is when they went to the moon back then, I think the actual Apollo astronauts back to Earth were only using about 1 watt of power. Of course, on the ground they would have big dishes to capture their signal, but it'd be interesting to see how much power the Artemis capsule will be transmitting back to Earth with their radio transmissions and telemetry. So, as I say, back in the Apollo days, I know they were using quite low power, but that's because they were trying to run everything in those Apollo capsules on I think 30 amp service. So there you go. Anyway, Matt, I'll pass it back to you for any comments, and then we'll see if anybody else would like to check in.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can do with 1 watt or half a watt. If there's nothing between you and your desired receiving station, it's all line of sight and low noise floor on whatever band you choose. We can certainly do a lot with very, very insignificant power. As I was having the chat with Ernest in St. Lucia, he was mentioning his radio with 10 watts, and I said, yep. Sounds like you've also learned the lesson of a resonant antenna being more important than the high power. So, no doubt. I know just in this region here, from here to Aurora, the repeater that the Skynet runs, I've tried it at 1.2 watts. That's as low as this radio goes, and was able to reach their repeater without a problem. So low power, you couple that with a good resonant antenna, and some gain on both sides, then obviously success will be had by all. Thanks for doing this one, Bill. Certainly appreciate it. And let's see if we can scrape a few more check-ins there. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Mac. Yeah, it was interesting. Just before I move on, I remember watching the series called From the Earth to the Moon. I've actually watched it more than once. Well done series. I give Tom Hanks kudos for wanting accuracy in that series, but it was interesting them mentioning, the fact that, I had to run that, the spaceship on such slow power, so they had to be very creative. But anyway, that conversation for another day. But anybody that wants to watch a good mini-series, I'd recommend From the Earth to the Moon. It was well done. Anyways, let's stand by and see if there are any other check-ins for Lake Ontario Radio Club. Nat, come now.
And it's the president of the Procrastinators Club, Victor Echo 3, every kind of junk.
Oh, procrastinators and curmudgeons are welcome. Good evening, Bill. How you doing?
Not bad. Just finished up with my mom. She gets all flustered. There's something weird with her phone. She's got one of those, same system I got, where you have, 3 or 4 phone handsets around the house, all off a master or a slave or some cool thing or whatever. Anyhow, after she talks about 25 minutes or so, it starts to give these weird beeps and noises, and she gets all worried. And so that's cutting short our conversations. I told her if she's got beeps, I'm entitled to a few toots, and she had to agree with that.
Yeah, very good. Well, I'm sure that, she's not concerned about the technological aspect of it. She's just thinking that maybe she's doing something wrong or something's going wrong with the system. So, yeah, very understandable.
Well, I know what's wrong. These things, they got a couple of NICADs inside them, and they're in a little package so that, it's custom fitted into the handset. So you basically have to buy their replacement. But they've gotten dirt cheap on Amazon. And anyway, I asked her how old these things were. And she's running back in her mind trying to think when she got them. She got up to about 14 years, and she still wasn't finished thinking about it. So I think I'm going to spring for a battery next time I see her.
Okay. And that doesn't have to be OEM battery. It can be like a third-party battery.
Oh yeah. It's hard to tell. So much of that stuff is rebranded as it comes out of China. You have one factory somewhere making something, but he'll stamp whoever's name they want on it. So I don't know, but I do know is there's a couple of different brands
on Amazon, and they're all cheap.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, that seems to be the practice. So, and we're bound to all that stuff out of China. I'm sure it's the same with all these cheap UHF, VHF handy talkies that come out of China. They're probably coming out of the same place.
Yep. On Facebook, I follow a lot of groups of guys restoring old radios. And I don't normally participate much because, well, most of us old guys don't chip in because we get a little frustrated. The way people learn or don't learn, or the way they're taught, as we've talked a number of times, it's not the same as what it used to be. So most of these guys in these groups, they're all just copying each other, and they all seem more than willing to follow some self-appointed guru who doesn't know a volt from an ohm, and it's obvious, but they won't listen to proper advice, and they don't know how to troubleshoot. In fact, a lot of them, it's amazing, really, Bill. They will do things like, they'll have such a vague request for help. They'll say, I've got this radio. It's an old one. It won't turn on. Can anybody tell me what's wrong? You just don't want to get involved anymore. But the number one thing is, the main perishable part in an old radio, of course, is the electrolytic capacitors. And the audio fools are all into these various brands they consider good ones, and they're convinced that stuff you order off of eBay from China, they must be just factory seconds or failures or whatever. And because I grew up in that industry, I know it's all crap what they believe. Since the 90s, there's only been a handful of electrolytic factories over in the Far East. They make for everybody. There's only about one or two non-Chinese manufacturers left in the world. They're over in Europe. They just rebrand. The guys think they're buying an Illinois good American capacitor. It's the same Chinese one, just with a blue wrapper, instead of a red one. But they're all convinced they're buying the right stuff. It gets frustrating.
Yeah, and that's the thing with a lot of stuff. It's like stuff that's branded RCA today. It's not made in America. It's made somewhere over in Asia. So, yep, there you go. And I know exactly what you're talking about. But, if you don't know what you're talking about, you make some statement like my radio won't turn on. Well, that's not quite enough information sometimes, So anyway, Bill, be that as it may, that's the world we live in now. And I thought maybe some of that stuff was still being manufactured in Russia, but I'm not sure.
No, to my knowledge, they're not making capacitors in Russia. But for a long time, they have been making vacuum tubes. And when I was working for the Westinghouse Tube Division, what was left of it, back in the late 80s, they had already long since closed their vacuum tube plant from the early 70s, which used to be out on Longwood Road. They made millions of tubes there. And then, of course, the demand was gone and they closed down. But most of the manufacturing, the old machines from the factories, everything else, they all went over to Europe and then into Russia and China. And because they're not bothered by what I call the green scam hoax type environmental laws. They don't care. And a lot of people don't realize that we are somewhere over $1 billion of vacuum tubes still made today. And it's the Russians and the Chinese that are making all the money at them, because there's still so much legacy equipment out there. You're not going to throw out a production line with tube-driven controlling machines if you only have to throw a tube at it once in a while to get going. And to buy something modern would set you back a couple of million. It's just false economy. And then, of course, there's the audio fools, and there's the guitarists that love the old tube sound and that sort of thing. It's still a huge market. And But we nice and clean, Western countries, we gave all that up to save the planet.
Yeah, and it's go woke, go broke, but I won't start going there. Anyways, I better move on and see if we have any more check-ins, Bill. So anything else before I move on?
Nope. I should get a trophy for always being the last check-in.
Well, maybe we'll see if we can make you up a certificate. Well, maybe it won't be the last check-in. Let's stand by and see if there are any other check-ins for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Come now. Al, good evening.
That's why you're the last check-in. I hated that call sign. I still do.
That's funny. Okay, well, we've got you down as the last check-in then. Maybe.
Hey, everybody on that, have a great evening. Here's for NFL.
Yeah, take care, Al, and see if you are the last check-in with that call sign. Any other check-ins for Lake Ontario Radio Club Net? Come now.
Hey, Bill, did you hear that VA3TCT CW identifier?
No.
Maybe it was in the background on Al's transmission from his station. I don't know, but it kind of surprised me.
Yeah, I did hear some CW in the background, but I wasn't paying attention to it.
Maybe Al knows. Did it drift from you, or is it something that was through ZOE?
No, I didn't. Well, I'm not sure. I have no idea. If it was Inspector Alpha 3 Tango Charlie Oscar, that when my idea goes off, my radio goes dead, so it stops. So I don't think it was.
Oh, well. I'm old. Maybe I'm imagining things. Back to net control.
All right, then. Well, I'm going to take one more last standby and see if there are any other check-ins or rechecks or comments before I close the net. VA3IUK standing by. All right, nothing heard. I'd like to thank all you folks for checking in, and thanks to Terry, V3IQL, for the use of the repeater. So with that, this is Bill, V3IUK in Dundas, turning this repeater and related frequencies back to normal amplitude 73, everybody, and have a good evening.
And that'll bring the live stream.
Bill, if you're still there, I got a little joke for you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, fine.
All right, these two atoms were talking in a bar one day, and the one atom says to the other atom, he says, I believe I lost an electron. He says, are you sure? He says, I'm absolutely positive.
I like it. That's an engineer's joke.
That's it.
Oh, boy. Sadly, not as many people would understand that as should, but, Oh, well. Oh, I was just looking. Speaking of telephone handsets, I have one here in the shack, and it's knocked over, and it's got the handset been lying out, and there's only one suspect for how that happened.
Would it have 4 legs?
Yep, 4 legs and a little slender tail. Just before I talked to my mom, well, during my talk with my mom, she was lying on my chest. I was feeding the dog a bit of my bran muffin, and she's developed a taste for it too.
Oh, man, there you go. Well, you give them bran muffins and you have friends for life, eh?
Yeah, the dog and the cat, they both love butter. And I'm in the habit of, crackers and butter for a little snack. That's been ever since I was a little kid from a maritime family, and the dog is always right in, but then the cat decided she liked it too. The Cracker itself is usually a bit too ambitious for a wee little pussycat, but she loves to lick all the butter off it, and then I give what's left with the Cracker over to the dog. So I rarely get to eat something completely by myself anymore. I guess this is something anybody who's got pets is used to, Bill.
Yeah, well, that's efficiency. That means none of that goes to waste anyway.
Question is, do you have a cat that loves cheesies?
Interesting, Al. Well, my dog loves cheesies, but I haven't tried the cat.
Well, I got a bag of cheesies one day, and my crazy little buddy, I call him Buddy, female, but she loves them. She can't get enough. I open that bag up during the day, she's all over me. She loves those damn things.
Have you tried her on, like my cat goes absolutely rangy for the green olives off a piece of pizza. Is your cat the same?
No, I haven't tried that one.
Well, I guess it's not surprising. You know, they got taste buds just like we do. So, I don't know. I don't like mice, so we don't share that taste.
Oh, mice. The little, what do they call them? Little moles, I think. My cats are indoor cats out here in my shop. I got two left. I had a mole in here, little fluffy little thing, cute. But, yeah, the cats were playing with them. They didn't want to eat them.
Yeah, mine is a magnificent mouser. When we brought her in from outside, she was a feral kitten. She couldn't have been 8 weeks old. And by 10 weeks, she had caught her first mouse, because I'm in the old part of the city, and varmints are a problem. They find their way in. Anyhow, she kills them, but she doesn't eat them. She leaves it to me to dispose of the bodies. But the thing that impressed me the most, I didn't know cats were this smart, but she will drop the mouse. If it's still alive, she'll drop it in the bathtub because she knows it can't get away, and then she'll hop in the bathtub and flip the thing all over the place until finally it dies of a heart attack and no fun anymore.
That's funny. My cat's out here. I don't know. I had to let that little mole out, whatever the hell you call these little fluffy things. Just have fun with it. They didn't want to eat it.
Well, it's amazing, you know. We don't tend to understand how our dogs and cats, how their intelligence works. It's not that they're just not as smart as us. It's just that it's in certain areas and it's very, very focused. Sometimes I think more focused than the way we think. So what they can do, they do extremely well, and it's impressive at times.
Part I don't get, they're both feral, but I've had them in here for years. I got two left, so when they're gone, that's the end of it. I used to have 20, 30 cats out front. I used to get a supply of cat food, truckload. And the guy got caught, I don't know, but whatever on that one. But yeah, had a woman come up here and she had a camera operated door down. She must have taken 30 cats from out here. I had the whole damn neighborhood out here, but yeah, it was crazy stuff. But oh well, I love nature.
How about your two little frisky critters there, Bill? They got any peculiar dietary requirements?
Oh no, they get well fed though. These dogs get a lot of good meat in their diet. They get chicken. They'll get hamburger. They get sea sardines, eggs, olive oil. They get all that in their diet, sweet potatoes, all the stuff they need.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but just from observation over the years, like in my family, we've had dog food and cat food, but we always supplement it with table scraps. And we always believed that, the commercial pet food you get is not 100% of your animal's needs, whatever the marketing and advertising guys tell you on the package. And so it's good for them to get different vitamins and trace minerals and such like that just from our food. So that's what I've always done. And actually, with my animals, I don't have much choice, because if I don't share, I might not survive.
Either that, or they'd run away and join the circus.
Lord knows what they'd do then, or what they'd find to eat. I don't think they could survive on cotton candy, but I suspect my dog would try.
Yeah, well, the thing about dogs is they'll eat anything once. They may not try it again, but they'll try it. My son's dog, Otis, he just comes up here and he sits beside me and he'll eat the crust. I don't eat the crust and he knows it. So, oh yeah, but I was stupid.
Yeah, all they have us well trained.
That's what I thought. I looks like it too. These little buggers train me. That's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, they know it. They rule. One nature, some animals, it's just the way the hell it is. Well, what's amazing though is seeing eye dogs, and I've seen some pretty interesting stuff with those animals, that's for sure.
Very, very polite. If something drops on the floor, she won't go for it until I tell her it's okay. She won't steal any food. Before her, I had a German Shepherd named Fred. He was a total bandit. When I first got him, I was making myself a fried egg sandwich, and I had just put the egg on top of the toast when the telephone rang, and I left it and went over and checked the phone, and of course it was just somebody wanting to clean my furnace ducts. I come back, there's the toast, but there's no egg. And there's just Fred, looking innocent. And I thought, oh, geez, now I got one of those.
I love it. I love it.
And I didn't dare leave a bag of chips around or something, because I'd come back and it would be empty. And he was the fastest mooch I've ever seen in my life. The wife and I, just up the road at, I guess it's at Sherman and Burlington Street, is a drive-through Tim Hortons. And we go out for a walk.
Well, it sounds like this could drag on for quite a while. Nice to see them rag chewing. Nice to have the repeater stay warm and cozy as people are keeping it alive. Anyways, we're going to sign off from the live stream at this point in time. First of all, let's thank Terry, VA3IMW, who is the purveyor of the VE3ZOE repeater. Certainly appreciate what he's doing for the community. And also my appreciation for the net controller, as well as everybody who's checked in tonight. We'll be back Thursday evening for the simplex edition of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net at 7 o'clock on a frequency of 446.125. Don't forget to support Chuck's Net tomorrow night, the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, starting at 8 p.m. If you're going to check in on YouTube, look up Chuck's call sign, VA3CJZ, and also you'll be able to find him under the live button. 7 3s. Until then, that's how we say goodbye.